Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Good to have you guys here. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Oh my God, such a busy weekend for me, guys. I don't know if you're following my Instagram stories, but your girl is tired. But I was like, you know what? I cannot cancel my live sessions. This is our time together. So definitely happy I'm here and I'm happy you guys are here. Let's just wait a few more minutes for people to join the live before we get cracking on today's topic of conversation. Let me see. Chimnadu said, "You sassy, you cannot cancel." I'm telling you, I was like, if I cancel, you guys be like, what? Like, no. Even the pressure. I was like, no, okay, you can't cancel. Hi, Anne. Good evening from London. Nice to have you here, my London people. You guys are like my other heart. I only have one heart, but you guys are part of it. Like London is my place. Chimnani just said just returned from Nigeria 2 days ago. Is it from the US or where did you return to? Let me know, Chimnani. Hi, Lara from London. Good to have you here from the USA. Yes, my US people. Love it. US, how you guys hanging in the US? How you guys there with your leader? Let me not say too much. Let me not say too much. But really, really good to have you guys here. Today's live, honestly, is super, super chilled, right? It's gonna be about how to survive economy class and how, just sharing hacks to make the whole economy experience bearable. If you're here and you only fly business class, I'm sorry, because this is not catered to you. This is catered to us. People like us that we still fly economy. We're still managing our pockets. You understand what I mean? But I really want to know everyone else here. Just let me know. A few other people on the live. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Like, where are you watching from tonight? Are you in London, in Australia, in Dubai? Why do I feel like most of my followers are always in like maybe Spain, Lagos? I don't even see Canada often, no. US and London. I don't really see. Hey, okay, I was just saying this. Dele just said, "Hey, Sassy from Padova, Italy." I didn't know where Padova is in Italy, but is it nice? Tell us a little bit about it. Is it lovely? Padova, Italy. That's why I love Nigerians. We're everywhere. Olawole Faith said, "Hey, Sassy from France." Like, we're in France. Let me know where in France. If you guys don't know, I lived in France for a little bit, like a years ago when I was in my MBA. I was staying in Fontainebleau, which is lovely. Olawole says Strasbourg. Lovely, lovely. I've not been. Hopefully one day. Um, yes. Lara said, "I know paid A. It is nice. Paid A. Paid. What do you mean, Lara? Paid A. Let me know what you mean. I don't. Let me know what you mean. Okay, guys, please make sure if you're on this live, just give this video a huge thumbs up. When you give it a thumbs up, it signals to YouTube that we're having a popping time here, and it pushes the video to other people. So please give it a thumbs up. It's free. It's free. So before we get this live session started, I have a quick poll that I actually want to ask you guys, right? And it's very, very simple because we're talking about economy seats here, right? So I want to know what your preference is. Are you a window or an aisle person? As in, I want to see who are my people and who's in my person. This will tell who's not my person. Please vote. I want you guys to let me know. Window or aisle? If you had to pick a seat, like in economy class, which one are you picking? Like, let me know. I really want to know. Lara Padova is nice, lovely. Born Warrior, good evening. Good to have you here. Where are you tuning in from, Born Warrior? Let me know. Let me know. Yes, you guys keep voting. I want to know whether who is my person and who is odd to me. There are more of us now. Only 6 votes. You guys, more people should vote. Vote. It's simple. It's free. Yeah, it's free. Are you a window and owl person? You can vote in the chat section. You'll see this poll where you can simply just click window or owl. Right now, it's a 50-50, which I'm very surprised about, actually. Yes. Born where I'm in Rhode Island. Lovely, 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 lovely. My US people. Rhode Island is in the US, right? Unless it's a different Rhode Island, though. That's one I know. That's the one I know. Okay, guys. Okay. So let's talk about it. The topic today. Again, this session is a way for me to connect with you guys, an Ask Sassy Funke session. So if you have any specific questions about anything and everything, even love life questions, I'm here for you. You know, you can ask me anything. I'm going to always discuss a topic, but honestly, it's just a way for both of us to, all of us, to engage with each other and like connect, right? So it's very chilled, it's very relaxed. So to the topic of the day. Flying economy, we all know, can be punishment. Cramped seats, dry food, no sleep. But guess what? Oh, you don't have to suffer. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best hacks to survive economy class, from secret tricks to comfort upgrades to how to actually enjoy all this your long flights, whether it's flying from the US all the way to Nigeria on a Delta flight, or you're flying from London to Lagos. You know, how can you make economy bearable, right? That's what I'm going to be discussing today. As I said, please. Oh, someone said hello. Can you hear me? Someone said you're not audible. Can you guys hear me? Aboje Isaac said you're not audible. Oh. Please let me know if you can hear me, because someone just said I'm not audible. Loud and clear. Okay, okay. Aboje, maybe it's your, I don't know, maybe it's your audio output. Check it, right? Okay, perfect. Everybody, Yemi said I can hear you. Bonware said I can hear you. Okay, we're good to go. We're good to go. Okay, let's see. I'm going to end the poll now, but 67% of you guys said that you prefer the window seats, and 33%, so two-thirds are picking window and one-third picking aisle. And okay, I'll tell you, me, I'm a window girl. I'm a window, as in window is, if I don't get a window seat, my experience in economy is already bad. I suspect people that are choosing aisle, are those people that are maybe very tall. That's the only reason why I'll suspect you actually picking an aisle seat. Aside from that, I don't think. Okay, 70% window. So most of us are window. Yes, I think the consensus, you guys are like me. All right, I'll just leave that up there. We can check it later as more people vote in. But as I said, if you have any questions during the live session, please drop them in the comments in the chat section below. I'll answer them as I see them. Yes. So let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. So I'm going to be talking about some of the hacks. So let's talk about first, I'm going to talk about the secret hacks, how you can have comfort on a budget in economy, food and drink hacks, even sleep and entertainment hacks, and just some bonus travel tips. So let's start with the seat hacks. What can you do to make economy class better? First thing I will say, though, is that not all economy class is the same. I feel like for some airlines, the economy product is actually better than other airlines. So don't ever look at economy as the same across board, right? Some of them, their seats are tinier, are smaller. Some of them, the experience you get, maybe the entertainment screen is bigger. So first of all, understand that not all economy seats are the same, right? But in general, okay, Bon Warrior said, I don't like crossing over people. That's why I actually prefer the aisle. That's a fair point. But I personally hate the aisle because I hate people crossing over me, which is interesting. Okay, let's get back to it. So for me, some of the best seats for comfort in economy are the bulk head seats, number one, right? If you guys don't know, the bulk head seats are the seats that are like the front row of economy, and there's like a wall barrier between you and the next cabin. And what that means is there is more space in front of you because there isn't any seat that is obstructing your legs. So you have more space there. Typically, bulkhead seats many times are reserved for parents or mothers with kids, because you can put the baby crib inside like the bulkhead divider section. But many times, like that's one of the, if you're tall, I advise people to definitely take bulkhead seats. Second of all is exit row seats, right? Exit row seats are the seats that you, I guess what's it called? How do I even describe exit row seats? They're the seats that have the emergency door right beside. They tend to be a little bit more bigger, more comfortable, right? So that's why people like it's actually better, just more, seats. So essentially the front row of economy and exit row seats are the best, right, for economy passengers. And typically a lot of airlines will charge you extra if you're trying to book these seats in advance, right? A little bit of a premium. And I think it's worth it if you're, for example, super tall, because you don't want to take a 10-hour, is it 10 or 12 hours from, Atlanta to Lagos flight stuck in economy because you're trying to be not cheap, but like you kind of okay, economy is can be expensive, but paying that little extra can help your comfort significantly more. So I always advise people if you're tall, definitely do that. It's also important to use tools like Seat Guru. Do you guys know Seat Guru? I don't know if you guys know seatguru.com or is it .co.uk. This website essentially allows you to look at the aircraft of a plane. So you can say, you know what, this is the aircraft that I'm flying, this is my flight number, and it will pull up the seat map. It will generate the seat map of the plane where all the seats are. And from there, it can tell you which particular seats are good and which are bad. So you can use that as a guidance. So if you're a first time traveler, you don't travel often, or you're not aware of the configuration of how that plane looks like, Seat Guru gives you insight so you can pick yourself better seats, right? So Seat Guru is a really, really, let me pull up the link and just put it in the, so you guys can easily just like copy and, save it, bookmark it. So you always have Seat Guru right there. So seatguru.com, basically just check, the configuration of a flight and pick the right seats for you. Exactly. So another way you can get, like a hack for seats is to actually try to get to the airport and check in early, right? Check in early, you can tell, the check-in agents that, you know what, so I want this particular seat. Is there any window seats available? Is there this? But what I tend to find out that a lot of people, obviously, you can also check in 24 hours before. I always set my alarm if I don't want to pay extras to check in 24 hours before my flight. That way, I could get, the preferred seat I want. Most times, for many airlines, if you try and book a preferential, a nice seat, like the bulkhead seats, hours or days, days before the actual flight, you have to pay a premium. But if you're booking it 24 hours before, they like to select it for free. So I always make sure like I put my alarm to setting it 24 hours before my flight when depending on your airline. Some might do 36 hours depending, and also depending on your status. Some might say even 48 hours if you have a status with the particular airline, right? But you know what, just to ask a little bit of a question, just to get you guys engaging a little bit more, is that I would love to know, what is the worst seat that you've ever been stuck with? Like, let me know what's the worst seat you guys have ever been stuck with on flying, like, and for how long? Like, what is the worst seat that you've ever been stuck with? I will start. The worst seat that I've ever been stuck with is definitely in economy, of course. And it was, I think the configuration was like a 3-4-3, and they put me in the middle of the middle row. So you're just like this, and the person that was sitting next to me was quite on the bigger side, and it was a long flight. And I didn't, it was like, if you want to punish me, put me in the middle row seat and I'm done. I want to hear you guys. Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna stop the poll now that I asked about the window aisle seats. 62% final votes, window seats. The majority are choosing window, and the other people are picking, 38% are picking the aisle. Thank you guys for voting there. I appreciate the engagement. Lamar said, I hate the middle seats. Yes. I hate the middle seat. It's the worst seat. It's actually the worst seat in the world. Yes, Bonware said economy, middle row, same as you. Yeah, so that is not just me. I just think it's just suffering. So I'm the kind of person that actually don't mind flying economy at all, as long as I have a window seat, because I feel like I can rest on the body of the plane. No one will disturb me, So that's there. Thank you guys for sharing. So I'm going to talk more now about how can you have a bit more comfort when you're traveling in economy, right? So firstly, one of the things you can do is, if it's a long flight, is you guys can buy neck pillows. I don't know if you guys ever buy neck pillows. It depends on how uncomfortable you get. The pillows that just make the economy, process make the long haul flight a bit more less stiff. So if you buy pillows that you can take on board, it works. Definitely compression socks also, to avoid like swelling of your feet and whatnot. So I think if you're prone to swelling, buying compression socks are very, very important. I'm probably going to pull up like my Amazon shop at some point. Maybe I'll share it in the community group on YouTube later this week, so you can see like my preferred items that you guys can purchase to just make your experience better. Of course, noise canceling headphones. Yes, they give you headphones on the flights in economy, but they're cheap headphones. Let's be honest, they're very, very cheap, right? So you can still hear other people most times. If you bring your own noise canceling headphones on board, it makes the experience just nicer. Lamar said, I heard most airlines ban power banks on carry-on bag. Is that true? A few airlines have come out to ban power banks of a certain, what's it called? Is it not voltage, but of a certain power watt, kilowatt that you cannot use on the flight. Some of them actually banned you from charging it. But I think one needs clarity on that. So I'll probably do a video about it this week to basically explain this a little bit more. I still carry my power banks on, you know, Virgin, Delta, which other airline have I flown recently? Air France, as at this year. But I know there has been some rules with regard to charging them on the plane. So it's not complete that they've banned them completely in your handbag. It's like a lot of them have banned you charging them, I believe. Yes. Yeah, so I think other things you can do to make your economy experience better is you can, I don't know, like just dress better, right? Because in economy, they tend to give you this really thin, cheap blankets, in my opinion, and it can get very, very cold when you're traveling. So if you bring your own blankets, which I do at times, bring your sweaters, your jumper, okay, they give you socks sometimes, just anything to make just weather-wise, temperature-wise, to make yourself, feel better. I think it's really important to do that. Now, let's talk about the food and drink hacks, right? I love food. I think actually when it comes to Nigeria bound or flights from or to Nigeria, I feel like the airlines have really stepped up their food game, even in the economy cabin, right? As in, like, they're serving you nice jollof rice, chicken. Only Ep.6 is going to be serving you like all this poundo yam. But overall, I feel like they've really stepped up their game over the years. But nevertheless, how can you make your economy experience better with food? Carry your own meals. A lot of people asked me before, even on TikTok, oh, can you carry your own meals when you travel? You are allowed to carry your own meals. You can have a nice cooked meal if you want and bring it on the flight. Obviously, just as courtesy, make sure you don't bring something that is very smelly that makes your the person next to you, feel uncomfortable, right? But if you have snacks, meat pie, donut, things you like, you can bring it on board, because a lot of people, the food they're giving you is Nigerian style food, but it's not the food you're getting in Mama Puts. It's not the food you're getting in Mama Puts, Yeah, so Dami J say really cooked meals. Yes, yes, yes. Like you can carry. When I was growing up, and my mom, she would carry jollof rice and grill different chicken, and we'll be eating it on the flight. So yes, cooked meals, you're actually allowed to bring it. I think if anybody, try and shakarazi, say you can't bring it, tell them to bring out the law to say where is it I cannot bring cooked meals. You actually can bring your own meals on the flight. Lama said, I bought gala while traveling to the US and it was confiscated at the airport. Well, the airport were traveling to the US from Nigeria, right? So that shouldn't have happened, right? Because gala is like sausage and it's cooked. If it's like raw meat, there are issues around it. I know US is quite strict with regard to what you can bring in, but I feel like raw meat, maybe because it has the beef in it, even if they might not feel it's not that well cooked, I don't know. But traveling to the US can be very strict with things like, for example, fruits. You can't carry fruits with you. I have videos about what you can carry, what you cannot carry, right? When it comes to cooked meals that you've cooked, in my opinion, you can carry it. You can carry it. Sometimes they make up rules so they can bribe them. I think that's what I believe anyway. Born Warrior said that was one thing to me. Qatar had good food. Those airlines, Qatar, they have sense, so they know that if they can get the food right, Nigerians will be praising them. So I'm glad to hear that they have. I've not flown Qatar in many, many years, so I'm glad to hear that they have good food on there. What else you can do? Yeah, just snacks that you like to eat. I think bring that on board. And if I always tell people to try and eat just before you get on the flight, because you never know the delays. One of the things I hate flying out of Lagos airport is, for example, airlines like Air France, KLM, British Airways, the nighttime flights. If you wait until you get onto the plane, they're serving you your food at like 12:30, 1 a.m., and you die of hunger before you get you before you get on the flight, right? So try and definitely eat something before you get on the flight, even if it's at the airport. Talking about food at the airport, another way to really elevate your economy experience is actually to pay for lounge access. So when you get to the airport, you can pay to use lounges, and either pay or get passes like priority pass, which gives you like worldwide access to lounges for a yearly fee. So any lounge you go to, you can, anywhere when you're traveling, you can just present your priority pass card and you can access these lounges, right? So that's another way that if you're flying economy, because for me, the travel experience is not just the plane, it's also the journey through the airport to the plane, right? So if you can be chilling in a nice lounge before your flight, that elevates the experience too. Let me see what else. I think obviously it's really important when you fly to hydrate a lot. Make sure you hydrate. Avoid alcohol if you can, but if you want to have a fun, what have you can drink alcohol. But if you just want to, feel good, avoid alcohol. I always say to people, avoid coffee. Oh, then okay, since we're on that, get you guys to engage a little bit more. I want to know, which airline meal have you loved? Like, if you loved the most, like you remembered, you're like, this food though. Let me know which airline meal that you'll never forget. Like, for good or bad, actually, for good or bad, maybe the worst or the best one. Like, let me know in the comment section. I'll share mine, but let me know yours. Daily said airline status can give you access to lounge as well. I was getting to that. This is very, very important. It's really important whether you're flying economy, business, premium, whichever, right? Always sign up to the frequent flyer program of your airline. It is free for all airlines that I know. You sign up, and what that allows is that it allows you to accumulate points, miles for every flight you take, irrespective of cabin, right? So as you navigate, you keep accumulating these points and points and points. It gets to a level that you reach, maybe a bronze status or silver, whichever, depending on the program. Based on those tiers that you're reaching, they start giving you benefits. Benefits, it is free lounge access, benefits like extra luggage for free when you travel, benefits like extra points when you fly, like so many benefits. Benefits like you can even take somebody else to the lounge with you when you travel. So for many years, I was part of the which states were I was the Miles and Smiles for Turkish Airlines. I think I was in gold. I can't remember the status again, but like I was at a really high status that I always used to fly economy, but I will have lounge access and I'll have, priority check-in. I would have all these really good benefits. I think that's one of the things I feel like Nigerians, even friends of mine that are like super savvy, they don't sign up for frequent flyer programs. It's like you leaving money on the table, like free money. Just, it takes you 5 minutes, sign up. Every time you fly, put your frequent flyer program number there, and they'll just automatically keep accumulating your points, right? And so a lot of people that you even see that are balling, yeah, not balling, but like maybe getting upgrades to business class from economy, is because of they're prioritized by airlines due to their status. That's another way people get upgrades too, right? So please, if there's nothing you've taken from this conversation today, is that you should definitely sign up for your frequent flyer program for the airlines that you fly. And I think it's important to state that different airlines can belong to different programs, and it's in your best interests to so let's say some airlines, maybe like 5 airlines or 10 airlines, belong to one particular program. So you can fly any of those airlines and you get the points in that particular for that status growth, right? So it's in your best interest to sort of fly the airlines that are within that particular program. Otherwise, you split all your points everywhere and you don't really get to the status that you want. You don't achieve that status as quickly as possible. It's really important to do that. Lamar said Lufthansa's economy meal got to be the worst for me unless they have improved recently. Oh, Lufthansa. Ah, okay. You know what? I've not flown Lufthansa economy in a while. I flown their premium, and the premium meal was actually quite good. G Gab said, I'm watching from South Britain. Hey, wait, when you say South Britain, I've not heard anybody say South Britain. Where specifically? Let me know. He said, this live stream is amazing. Oh, thank you very much. I'll travel to Lagos in February. Why now? You don't want to be with us in Dirty December? Why aren't you coming for Dirty December? Oh, no, good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you joining there. Here. Okay, so now let's talk about food a little bit. Oh, I didn't share my best meal. Honestly, the best meal I've had in economy class has to be the jollof that I have on Air Peace. Like the food, as not everything else they gave me, but the jollof that they had on Air Peace was so authentic, right? That I was like, you can sell me for food. It was really really good. It was really really good. Obviously, Air France, their food is not actually bad. Virgin's food is also not bad, but I think Air Peace, that jollof, as in it's stuck in my mind for sure. So that's one of the best I've had. Okay, now let's jump in and talk about um entertainment tricks. Like what can you do entertainment wise to make your economy experience better? First of all, I would say for most airlines that their entertainment screen works. Those ones, we know the ones that don't, but the ones that they work, most of them tend to actually have a good range of options of what to watch, right? So you can definitely explore a lot. But something I do, even though if I fly economy, premium, business, I always have my Netflix, as in like I download my shows prior to getting on the flight and I watch shows on my Netflix because I have no interest watching random shows or random movies. I love to know what I want to watch in advance. Like I actually plan what I watch in advance. And yeah, so downloading shows on your phone, it saves you that cumbersome time of figuring out, oh, do I like this show? Let me swipe, let me do this, let me do that. Yeah. Download shows, download, podcasts offline, ebooks, so that you're using your time wisely too. Don't just watch rubbish, Um, or other things you can do, if you're a beauty girl, you can, put like eye mask on your face. Of course, I think it's also important to bring like, like wipes, moisturizer. In business class, they tend to give you all this nice packaging of like, lip balm, moisturizer, things that just make your body feel better, right? So I think it's just important in economy to buy those things prior. You can get it from all these miniature stores or just buy containers and put it inside. Those containers that they sell on Amazon and have your own like beauty regime that you take on the flight. Yeah. Oh, Gab said near Twickenham on the way to Heathrow International Airport in London. Lovely. Twickenham. I've never been to Twickenham before, but I don't know if you know, I used to live in Chiswick back in the day. It's not too far from Heathrow. Yeah, so back then. Yes, guys, please, please, please. Like, I know I'm talking a lot, but this live is really about us engaging. So if you have questions, have any, thoughts, please, please, please share them in the chat section below on there. So what else can you do? So I'm going to share some more bonus travel tips that you can do to make your economy experience a little bit better, right? Firstly, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, asking for an upgrade, right? Or even flying premium economy. Yes, economy, a lot of people when they're booking flights, they go like, I want to book I want the cheapest flight economy, right? But sometimes premium economy is actually cheaper than economy. Like, did you guys know this? Like, did you guys know this? Premium economy can be cheaper than economy. And let me explain why. Economy, like seats they have different fares. So the first fares that they put out there are super cheap. But once people book out those cheap flights, the next tier of economy a little bit more expensive. Premium, if no one has booked premium, some of the premium seats are actually cheaper than the expensive economy seats. So I always tell people, even when you are using a travel agency, I want an economy seat. Tell them, please send me also the premium seats because sometimes the premium can be cheaper than the economy. Even when you search online, if you always like compare, sometimes premium is actually cheaper than economy because they've not sold enough of the cheap premium flights, but they've sold all of the cheap economy flights, right? So don't always think it's always cheaper because sometimes it's not. That's a hack. Dammy J said, "Hey, really? I didn't know that." Yes, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Some of these things, if you don't know, you don't know. So I'm glad I'm sharing that with you guys today. Born Warrior said, "What about those dirty December discounts flights you had mentioned? I really want to do first class." I apologize. I promise you this week I'm going to be sharing them. I have so much content to share with you guys. Even for my trip to Marbella, like coming flying Air France content, lounge content, so much. Like I am so overwhelmed with creating content sometimes because it's not just about just dumping content to you guys, but it's about creating like a storytelling, like creating a story as to that sort of engages you and you can take something from it. That is why sometimes it's the pressure to to put out content. It's a lot, but I promise you, I'm definitely going to do those discount flights because December is really really close. Please look out for that. Apologize. RJ RJ said, "I'm going to Calabar, Nigeria soon to see my girlfriend. Want to marry her, but not sure of things due to Donald Trump." When you say not sure of things, do you mean in terms of like bringing her back to the US or what? I don't think. I think the process of sponsoring someone to the US through marriage in general is actually very long, from what I've heard and researched about. So I wouldn't say that should you know put you off it, right? If you have plans for your life, definitely execute. And Donald Trump is not going to be there forever, right? So don't allow that to discourage you from your plans. When you mentioned Calabar, I was like, oh my God, Calabar, I want to Calabar Festival. I've not been. RJ said yes to the US. She wants to go to school here, right? Yes, yes. The US is I know there be I don't know, like I pray that happens for her. So I don't know. So if you want to marry her or she wants to go to school, I guess you have to be very clear on which pathway you want to go with, whether it's her just trying to go to school first or you marrying her then sponsoring her. Because I guess if you marry her and you're trying to sponsor her, it might take a couple of years before perhaps. Actually, I'm not sure about the process. So let me not say too much, right? So you have to just weigh up, based on people's past experience, that maybe speaking to a immigration consultant to see whether or not which pathway is quicker for for you guys. So yeah, like I think definitely speak to a consultant on that, and they'll probably advise you on the pathway to take. One warrior said, "No problem, I understand." Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. What else, guys? I think I've pretty much shared a lot of the hacks to make your economy experience better. I think somebody actually mentioned earlier that yes, Dele mentioned, I missed this, that the airline status can give you access to lounges. Well, yeah, okay, I spoke about that. Yeah, so getting status, sign up to your frequent flyer program online. If you don't know how to do that, just go on Google, put the airline like American Airlines, Delta, British Airways, frequent flyer program. Put that on Google. It'll come up with a link for you to sign up. Yes. So RJ said, yeah, that's what I was telling her. The pathway is the student visa is quicker, is what I was told. Told the marriage is a lot longer. Yeah, I've heard that too. So maybe just, her just going to be a student and taking it from there might be the best way. Because you don't want to be stuck for years trying to navigate. I guess it can be very frustrating to sort of have a partner in a different country and like not being able to start and build your lives. It's a lot. So I completely get it. I just said my cousin works for Delta. That's not a problem. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, guys. I think with regard to the hacks, how we can make economy not feel like punishment, I feel like I've dropped most of my secret hacks and tips to help you guys. I really hope it's been super useful and you've learned a thing or two. Um, let me know if you have. Like, let me know if you learned a thing or two. So now it's to you guys. It's to you guys, to the floor, to let me know. What? Do you have any questions? Ask Sassy. Like any question, nothing is off limits. Ask me any question. Yes, let me know. Let me know. In the meantime, as you guys are just putting up your questions, I'll give you a chat about my weekend. I had a fantastic weekend actually this weekend. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. If you don't, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Yesterday was my aunt's 55th birthday party. 55, 55, guys. And she had a Zumba party, like a Lagos, a Zumba party, dance party, afterwards food, jollof, fried rice, vibes. I used to think I was a fit person, like I realized I'm not fit. I'm not doing enough. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not working out enough. Like 55, I'm looking like energy. She was just looking fantastic. Like, have you guys seen? Like, let me know if you've seen. I have to even show you. I have to show you guys. You guys are my people. Let me see. In case you haven't seen. Okay, let me see. This is literally her at 55. I'm not sure if you guys can see. That's us at 55. Look at her. Hey, let me actually show you another video of our workout session. Let me show you. Let me see. Oh, that is 55. That's her in white, my aunt. Tell me if that is not goals. That is goals. Okay, let me answer some of the questions you guys have on here. Ugbede Victor said, I fly long distance, and the latest was Abuja to Addis Ababa to Kuala Lumpur to Adelaide of Southern Australia. Was the longest 11 hours. Doha to Adelaide 14 hours. Window seat this for me. Wow. How are you doing it in Australia? How you guys? How you try to like? Whenever I hear Nigerians that live in Australia, I'm just like, how often do you even come home? Because that is a long journey. That's like a day, if not longer, a day and a half or so of travel. Yeah, window seat it is for. I think window is a seat. So window seats is definitely the one. It makes complete sense. Daily Ade said, signing up for one program, at least one from each alliance, will be beneficial. Don't let any flight go to waste. Okay, so what Daily is saying here is that obviously I mentioned before that there are different programs for different airline buckets, right? Make sure you sign up to every single one, every single airline's alliance or program that you are flying so that you never lose the points. So even if you don't fly them often, you're still accumulating the points one way or another. Yeah, that's definitely valid. I do the same too. Um, I said, will you be traveling with Lufthansa again anytime soon? No, I have no plans yet. I won't lie to you guys. Since I started flying Virgin from Lagos to London, direct flight suits me. like, like I used to be super cheap. And I'm like, I want to fly the Air France, the KLM to London from Lagos. But when I tasted that direct flight, you sleep and you wake up, or you just, close your eyes and you're in London. Those Lufthansa, Air France, KLM, I'm not feeling them anymore. So I'm not flying Lufthansa anytime soon. I'm going to be flying Virgin soon. I'm going to be flying Turkish Airlines soon, which I've not flown. I'm actually really excited to do a Turkish Airlines review for you guys, which, it's a long journey, but I actually really want to do that. So those are my two airlines that I'm flying in the short term. Yes. Lara said, I have been to Australia 6 times as my daughter lives there. How is she coping, Lara? Because I don't, as in, I'm sure the quality of life must be fantastic for people to be there. Um, wow, 6 Australia. I want to go to Australia, but I feel like if I go to Australia, I have to stay there for like 3 weeks to make it worth my time and money. Otherwise, like I just feel like it's just too far. I can imagine the jet lag must be insane. Like, how is the jet lag? Ugbede said, Australia is the best. I would never choose any other country over Australia. And yes, I visit Nigeria at least twice every year. Australia is the best, but we prefer to keep it to ourselves. Are you serious? As you gonna be quiet about it's true. I never hear Nigerians and Australians making noise on social media ever. Okay, so that's all. You're trying to keep it to yourselves. I get it now. Okay. Maybe I should help you guys loud it on my Instagram. Like, guys, if you want to go somewhere, Japan, Australia is the one. No? Oh, that's actually really good to hear because I don't really hear anyone talking about Australia. Like I really just anything I hear about Australia is, oh my god, it's so far. It's but that's really great to hear. And it's amazing that you make the trip back home every 2 years. That's fantastic. Iya said, I've used Turkish. Aya said, I've used Turkish. Let me know, what was your Turkish experience like? Like, what do you think I should expect? I'm flying economy Turkish airlines, so I want to know what I should expect. Like, let me know if you flew economy with Turkish. Born Warrior said, what other assistant do you help outside of travel if someone needs it? What do you mean? Like, I had like a consultancy thing before, but to be honest, like, I have so much on my plate that I focused on travel. Obviously, I have a business and finance background. So to my sort of my community, my close community, my friendship, I provide the business advice, consulting advice to them and whatnot. But I don't make this public. But who knows in the future? But I'll be interested to know, when you ask what other assistance do you help outside of travels, what are you thinking? Lara said she loves it there. She was born in the UK but chose Australia over because of the weather. Love that. Maybe I'll go to Australia but just to visit and never come back. Oh. Because yeah, that UK weather. Oh, that UK weather is so depressing when it comes sets in. It's like really, really. It's a depressing place to be in the winter. Like, oh yeah, yeah. Ogwede said, I make the trip at least twice every year, not every 2 years. Yeah, I said twice a year. I visit Abuja at least twice in a year. That is amazing. Yes, twice every year. Yeah, twice every year you come. That's what I'm saying. It's amazing that you visit twice a year. It's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I guess you have a lot of family here still. Aya said it was okay. I got it back from Nigeria to UK. Layover in Turkish was for about an hour. See, that's what I love. If you have layovers that are actually quite quick, that is fantastic as long as you don't miss them. So yeah, but when you say, you said it was okay. It's I don't know. Whenever anybody says to me something was okay, I feel like so it wasn't that good. Is that what you mean by it was okay, or it's just like it wasn't? As in, what do you mean by it was okay? I actually want to know. Oh yes, yeah, you are sharing more now. Aya said Turkish was okay, a little stingy with the drinks, but apart from that, it was okay. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Stingy with drinks, Turkish Airlines. I have that in my mind now. Ugwede said Australia has great weather, pay is great, money is good. Share that money. Air quality is top notch. Why are you guys hiding Australia from us? I think I'm going to start talking about Australia out. Like, why are you guys hiding? Money is good, eh? Ah, that's good. That's good to know. It's good to know. You guys are the ones. That's why you're flying in twice a year to come and to us Nigerians. We the Nigerian people that were like little poppers, eh? No, that's really good. Thank you for that feedback about Australia. Bonware said you answered my question. Great to hear. Dele Ade said I flew Turkish business last year from Lagos to Venice via Istanbul. The food was good, but I did not like the 222 seat configuration. I've seen that on Turkish for the business class. Yes, that 222 configuration doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't feel business. It doesn't doesn't feel private. So I see exactly what you mean. Why you wouldn't like that? Something for Turkish Airlines to consider. Looking at in the future if you're watching this Turkish Airlines, because you might be. Bon Warrior said, I'm adding Australia to travel list. As in, I am too. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing Australia is like a place to visit. But let's ask our Australians, where in Australia? I know Australia is big. If we were traveling to Australia for like 2 weeks, where would you advise us to go? Like, let me know, Ubede, please, I hope I'm not butchering your name. I'm sorry if I am. Like, where in Australia would you advise us to go? And also, Lara, like, when you went to Australia to see your daughter, where did you love exploring? Where did you love, like, which city is she in that she loves so much? Like, let us know in the comments. Like, it'll really good first in the chat. Okay, guys, we have about 15 minutes. Okay, Lara said Sydney. Sydney, Australia is where it's at. Definitely check that out. I'm too scared to even check the flight prices for Sydney, Australia. Especially from Lagos. I feel like from Lagos, everything's expensive. From London, maybe not so, right? So maybe when I'm in London, I can say, you know what, let me go to Australia from there. That I might do. But Yeah, Sydney, definitely check that out. Check that out. Maybe next year. Let me. I want to travel. This life, you don't know how long you be. God for. I'm not trying to be morbid, but you don't know how long one will be here. So the more you explore, the better. So definitely next year, I definitely want to do more travel. So I'm looking forward to considering Sydney for that. Yes, guys, let me know if you have any more questions. Like this is, Ask Sassy Live, Ask Sassy Live. And also actually let me know for subsequent, I'm not sure I'm having a live session next week. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I'll definitely have it the week after that, I'm sure of. And I would love to know, do you guys have any specific topics that you'd like for me to consider and discuss on the live? Specifically, I tend to talk about, hot topics and whatever is, whatever is buzzing in the Niger travel world, I'll discuss it. But if you have any specific topics that you want me to actually discuss, like let me know in the chat section or send me an email at sassyfunky@gmail.com and I would definitely consider that for our future lives. Ogwede said, Sydney is great. Brisbane is great. The Gold Coast is the LA of Australia. Perth is the most isolated city in the world with super great features. Adelaide is a mix of ancient and modern architecture. Okay, I feel like it seems like all the cities have something to actually give you, like something worth, you know, like there's actually a place worth exploring. I'm literally gonna screenshot what you wrote there so that I can just like have a sense of the cities. Thank you for sharing that, Biddy. Appreciate you sharing that. Yes, so guys, now I really want to know what topics would you like for me to discuss in future live sessions? Like let me know in the chat section. Um, Melbourne is not different, but they said Melbourne is not different from London, as they both have that crazy four weather in a day shit. Oh, really? Okay, so Melbourne is not the one we want because that four weather day thing is it's really frustrating in the UK. I remember when I lived full time in the UK, it's depressing. Like there was a day I remember I came back from work, got on the bus, E3 bus, Chiswick, got to my house, and it was really cold in London. And I got my keys out of my bag and I could not open, like my hands were freezing. I couldn't actually open the door for like 15 minutes. Like I had to put my hand inside my body and like rub it together. And I said, no, 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 no. This is not life now. This is not life, you know? This is not life at all. Bonware said we definitely going because I screenshot it as well. See, because I love you how you guys are the plugs. You guys are the giving us the maybe we should do a reunion or a meet sassy hangout in Australia. That'd be cool. Oh gosh, so many of you guys have been asking me now, Funke, you need to do a meet and greet, a meet and greet, a meet and greet. I'm so shy. You don't believe it. I'm such a shy person when I'm not amongst my friends. I'm like, but you know what? I think I'll do it soon. Maybe I'll do one in London when I'm in London next. I'll do one a meet and greet. So just I like calling meet and greet. Just hang out. Let's hang out, Sass. Let's eat, chill, and just talk. I think I'll do that the next couple of months when I'm in London. I'll definitely let you guys know. Um, but they said Tasmania has the cleanest air in the world with picturesque features. Lookout Spirit or Tasmanian cruise. Don't miss that. You know what? I going to speak to Australian tourism, maybe to sponsor me for me to come and explore. 'Cause I'm sure that they can create like a package for me to explore everything, all the cities at once at their cost, of course. um, Oh, like it sounds as in like honestly, you've definitely sold Australia to me. So next year, I'm looking at that. David E said, I'm going to Melbourne to watch the Australian Open in January. Very nice. Tennis. Love, love, love. Tennis fan. I'm such a tennis fan. I play tennis a lot. But not recently though, because I feel like I do so many things like workout wise. I play netball, I go to the gym, I lift weights, I play badminton. Yeah, a lot. A lot. Okay. Chim Nanu said, discuss vacation spots in Nigeria and Africa. I like this topic. I like this topic. So that's a topic possibly for the next live session that we're going to have. So thank you for sharing that. Anyone else, please share any potential topics that you love for me to discuss in future live sessions. Like, I'll really love to hear your, just your ideas. Because again, I said before, these live sessions are a way for us to connect together. Like, it's relaxed, free, nothing is overly structured. Just, we're vibing together, we're learning, we're communicating. That is what it's for. So please let me. So I want to make sure that whenever I'm on here, I'm actually giving you value, even irrespective of me being just chilled. You're learning something, right? When it comes to travel and, just life in general. So, yes, hearing your thoughts and your ideas as to what we discuss is very important part of that. Maximus just dropped a comment. He said, if you must go with economy, invest in getting premium or front row seats or seats by the exit. But you see that by the toilet seated, flee. Thank you, Maximus, for sharing that. That is one thing I did not speak about before, about avoiding seats close to the toilet. It's punishment to sit close to the toilet. That's why it's really important for you to go on seatguru.com and you can see your particular airline, the seat map, and then decide that, you know what, this is by the toilet. I don't want it, right? So you can identify the no-go zone seats. Yeah, toilets. I hate the toilet seats because, again, smells. It can be it can be a little bit smelly, definitely. But I think for me, it's even the traffic. People just hanging around there constantly, right? It's not something you want to experience. Bonware said, let's discuss London. I would love to visit there as well. I'm new at traveling. There's so many places I am looking to visit. I got you. We are going to discuss London. I'm going to be creating a lot of, I'm going to be traveling quite a bit next couple of months. And London is one of the places I'm going to be, it's like home to me, right? So I'm going to be creating a lot of content around London too. So I got you. Like, I got you. I'm screenshotting that. So I have that there. When it comes to, you just want to know, what do you want to know about London specifically? Is it like places to visit, how to save money, travel hacks? Like, let me know. And I also want to ask you guys, right? One of the things I've noticed about is if you follow me on Instagram, actually, let me ask. I'm going to do a quick poll just to get a sense of, let me see. I want to get a sense of who follows me on Instagram. On YouTube, do you follow me on Instagram? All right. So I just put up a poll just to get a sense of, I'm always interested to know that how many people actually that on my YouTube platform also follow me on Instagram. Let me know if you follow me. Because I find that I really push out a lot of content on Instagram compared to YouTube. But I really also find that my YouTube community is, I don't know, something about about home, about my community. Okay, quick break in transmission. Chimnanu just supported our live session with $50. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, you support my channel so much, Chimnanu. Like, honestly, this is incredible. Like, thank you, you guys should thank Chimnanu on my behalf, because it's really, these live sessions, I do it to engage, but it's, going out to support me by contributing it just makes it better, much more encouraging to actually do this live session. Like, it really supports all that goes into putting this together. So thank you so much for being so generous with your money. I do not take it for granted. Like, every dollar, I appreciate it. So thank you so much, Nanu, for contributing to the live. I really appreciate it. Yes, guys, let's thank him, because this is our little family here. And one person is saying, let me put something there, to support. So I really appreciate that's really, really, generous of you. Thank you. So Born Warrior, like, let me know specifically what you would like to, because I'm actually trying to create a Lama said, Chimnani Kotso for me. You guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. I'm serious. Born Warrior, yes, like, let me know. You can even send me, because I'm trying to create a lot of content out of London, right? And even just the UK in general, because a lot of people always think London, 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 but there are also so many so many places to visit outside of London. So my plan is actually to maybe explore some of these places, and let's not just be London, London, London. So definitely. So we have approximately 5 minutes left. Please, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, drop them in the comment, in the chat, drop them in the chat so we can discuss them. One where I said whatever you're willing to share. Okay, definitely. I think I'm gonna actually, I want to ask you guys, if you, many of you, let me see. 57% of you said you don't follow me on Instagram. Why now? Please, please, please. Let's change that right now. I'm going to give you, as I assume maybe some of you guys are not on Instagram. That's why you don't follow me on Instagram. No, you have to follow me on Instagram. Oh. The amount of investment of content that I create on Instagram, you have to follow me. So I'm just gonna drop my my Instagram. Okay, I hope this is right. Let me see. Yeah. So please, that's my Instagram page. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, because Instagram, I drop content like water on there all the time, because I find it easier to create content on Instagram than to sit down and create like long-term, like long-form videos. It's a lot of work to create, edit content for YouTube. It's really long-form video. For YouTube Shorts, it's much easier, right? But Instagram is where you see me like every day, like every day. But I was very conscious of not to do my live sessions on Instagram, because I feel my YouTube communities, I don't know, there's something more, I don't know, like home. So I was like, you know what, let me give you guys a live session. Yes. So please follow me. Oh, like if the 60% are not following me, you have to follow me on Instagram. Wale said, which airline is your favorite? Oh, many years ago, I flew just once Singapore Airlines, and I was blown away. I don't know how they are now, because I'm sure they've even like elevated their product even more so now. But from the cabin, how it looked, from the seats, from the to the service, it was phenomenal, right? So I only flew like twice Singapore, and it was fantastic. I think but I like the other airlines too. I think economy wise, Virgin is a great product. Delta is a great product. I haven't flown British Airways in a very long time, but I should be flying them next month. I'm going to Miami next month, so I should be flying them from, yeah. So I'll see how they are. 'Cause I've not flown them in years actually. Ugbede said, add New Zealand to your list. No more natural, beautiful place in the world like New Zealand. Only Switzerland can come close. Really? Switzerland is like my third home. We have to break an intermission, because Dele Ade just dropped $20 saying, thank you, Sassy, for the great information. Let's smash the like button. Yes, please, everybody, please smash the like button. Thank you so much. Like, you guys don't know how much your contribution actually means to me. Like, genuinely, like, even whenever you guys like donate, I literally go to my dad. I'm like, I did the live stations. When you donate this amount of money, like, as in, people must value my content so much. Like, it's so sweet for them to see me. That, like, that's how much I value your content. I can't tell my dad about it. That, wow, like, this my people are supporting, right? I don't take it for granted, Daily. Thank you so much for being a very engaging as a member of our community. Like, engaging, I love it, and for contributing your hard-earned money towards my live session. Thank you so much. And let's go to what you said, Ubedi, about Switzerland. Switzerland is my third home. Like, Switzerland, one of my best friends in the world lives. She's Swiss and she lives in Switzerland, and she loves us. Like, I love going there. Like, the view from her house is incredible. The mountains, it's expensive, but aside from that, I love it too. If I had money, I'll go there. But it's funny though. This same friend of mine, I'm not sure if she's on the live right now, but she comes on the live sometimes. She flies to Nigeria to see me sometimes when I'm in Nigeria, and she loves Nigeria. She's like, literally, you guys have incredible restaurants. Like, she loves coming to Nigeria. I think you guys might have seen her on my Instagram before, because I've done videos with her. So Nigeria is like her. like her thing. So it's interesting that it's like one of the best places in the world is Switzerland, but she loves Nigeria too. um, Bonware said, I follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lamar said, can we carry body lotion on carry on, or as it or it has to be in checked baggage? Very important. You can carry body lotion in your carry on, but the size and quantity has to be 100 ml or less. You cannot carry more than 100 ml liquid in your carry on. Ugbede said, Singapore is all super great. I used um between Singapore and Adelaide not too long ago. Singapore. Oh yeah, I actually went to school partly for my MBA in Singapore. I love, 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 love Singapore. You know. Oh, do you mean the airline or the country? It's probably, I don't even know which one. Oh, maybe it's the country you're talking, the airline you're talking about. But yeah, I love Singapore as an airline and as a place, which is fantastic. Yes. Oh my goodness, guys, we are at the end of this live session. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this incredible. I meant, but they said I meant Singapore Airlines. Yeah, I thought so. Um, Thank you guys for being a part of this, amazing live session. This is our sixth session. Can you imagine 6 sessions already? Like, I'm going to keep this going, and the aim is to have these sessions, worst case scenario, twice every month, right? But I'm going to try and do it weekly. I don't want to be too long before I hang out with you guys again now. But so thank you so much for being a part of the live session. I appreciate you taking out the time to be engaging and to engage with me. I really appreciate the fact that you guys are supporting my live session with your hard-earned money. I'm so grateful and I'm thankful. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. But I really wish you guys an incredible week ahead. And let's smash this weekend. Nobody should stress your life this weekend. Enter this week knowing that you're going to crush anything. Anyone that stresses you, give them to God. Thank you guys for an amazing session. And I will see you guys, maybe not next week, but definitely the week after. But look out on the community page on YouTube, whether we're having a live session next week or the upper week. But definitely the upper week, we're definitely going to have one. Thank you so much again. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Born Warrior, thank you. Have a blessed weekend to everybody. Thank you, Lara. Thank you, Lara, for being a part of it. See you guys. Bye.